TempahZone.
How's it going, everybody? Wherever you listen to this podcast right here. This is episode 100 of the TempahZone Podcast with your host, me, Amir Max, and that's all facts. And yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we made it. Episode 100. Oh, shoot. Where's the confetti at? No. Start popping some confetti up in here, man. Something, yo. But what we will do, ladies and gentlemen, we got two things we're doing for episode 100, man. And then we're going to shoot the shit. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, episode 100, I had to have the co-host of this podcast when he shows up. You know, this is the honorary member of the TempahZone family. I got Nick Torch in the building with me. If you don't know who Nick Torch is at this point, you tune into my podcast. I'm just like, you don't tune in enough. All right, let's be honest. Let's be honest here. Like, I feel, you know, like you've been on so much, man. You know, the people definitely know who you is from this, man. How's it going though, bro?
It's good. It's really good. Yeah, can't complain. Everything's good. Man. Real proud of you for this, of course. Have been since the very start, but it's a milestone for sure.
Yeah, man.
Cool. You've had a lot of interesting, diverse guests on. You've had me on quite a bit.
7 times.
And every time, yeah. And every time, wait, is this the 5th time?
I think it's the 7th.
Oh, geez.
Yeah,
oh, wow.
Yes, I remember last time we were trying to figure it out, and I'm pretty sure it was 6. So this is the 7th time. Yeah.
Word.
Yeah, that's
lucky
like
7.
Yeah, man. Lucky 7, man. Lucky 7. But yeah, man, it's, you know, starting this off, it was very just like I was so ready to do it, but I didn't realize just how much work it was gonna be. And like, certain rules that you gotta stick to in doing a podcast.
Yeah.
I just, started to really figure it out now, man, and starting to get in the rhythm of things. But it's like it took like 100 episodes to feel very, confident on that stuff. I mean, a little bit lesser than that, but you know what I mean. But
yeah,
for this episode, man, I definitely want to start this off right. I already poured myself a shot of Remy Martin. I got me a nice little cute bottle. Don't make fun of me for the bottle. All right. Shit, it's just bad money, yo. I was like, I can't justify buying a bigger one, bro.
No.
We settled for the
to my $25 fifth of Jack Honey.
Jack Honey's good. That's some good shit, man. We're both sipping brown though, so at least it's not too different, Like I'm sipping that. You got like 99 banana, or like a Pinnacle, like gross vodka.
Malibu.
Oh no. Well, Malibu's 20%, so it's like it goes down easily, but that's not. Yeah, you don't look cool.
Burnett's.
Oh no. Oh, Burnett's. Yeah, Rubinoff was. I'm pretty sure that's like a local thing. Like it's not.
It's Somerville. It's made in Somerville.
Yeah, that definitely doesn't span outside of New England because only the New England people don't know about Rubinoff, man. But
official drink of high school.
Oh my god, dude, literally was, man. The first time I ever drank booze, like hard liquor, and got drunk off of it, I'll never forget it. And it's like affected how I drink alcohol. Literally, like it's flavored vodka. It was flavored vodka. It was flavored Rubinoff, grape, and that shit was so nasty, bro. Like I yacked that day. Like I get picked up. My brother had to pick me up, so I didn't get in trouble and shit. Like it was some wild shit. To this day, I just don't like flavored vodkas, man. Unless you do it right. I mean, I'll drink anything. Like if you make it right, you know what I mean. So
you remember when that girl kept sending drink, or I kept having raspberry vodka sent over to my table. God. That was gross.
Yeah, dude. That was. It's like of all the liquors you gotta buy us, like you gonna send over that shit, man. Yeah, I can't. That's a no for me, man. But let's take this shot, man. Let's do this, bro.
Here's to you. Here's to the TempahZone Podcast, episode 100.
Man. Yes, sir. Cheers to that.
Celebration.
Bro. Hell yeah.
Chase it with a platy.
Yeah, you're chasing with a platy. I'm chasing with a soda. I'm a loser, bro.
No, there's a difference. I'm a degenerate. You're no.
Degenerates chase their liquor with more liquor.
Exactly. I am the liquor.
It's like feeling that shit. Yeah, I have the power. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, bro. It's funny because like starting off the podcast, I was like, yo, I'm not going to drink on it. I'm not going to do this. I'm never doing this, never doing that. And there's so much stuff that like I ended up doing that, like I said, I never would, man. Cause once you get to so many episodes, you're just like, you got to figure out what to fill in and how to make stuff interesting. And, reach outside, the box. What I do want to do though is have, I like having musicians on, but I definitely want to have people outside of that. You know what I mean? People just outside of that in general. But I never know how I want to go about it, unless people suggest somebody in particular. You know what I mean?
For sure. The only other thing I could think of would be for that is by beginning to branch outside of music by maybe reaching out to, or like starting the branching out process by like having like photographers or filmmakers or something like that. Because that's at least in the same realm. Yeah. And then I think there's so many other directions you could go in from there. But I could totally see that happening.
Yeah, that and like absolutely. Yeah, like I've been thinking about having like YouTubers on and like just big like comedy Instagrammers and like TikTokers and stuff. So there's definitely like, that. What's up?
You should have Dalton on.
Oh yeah, I should have him on, man.
He'd love to do that too. When he's not busy with what he's doing, I'm sure he'd be down. He loves stuff like that.
Yeah, no, we'll definitely I'll definitely try to make that happen. Yeah, he was extra in the Kickback music videos, so that's especially that was definitely dope on his end. He was the zombie in the video that was going all out, rolling over on the tank, like
bullet hole in the head.
Yeah, he was the thumbnail for the video.
Yeah, we're
trying to promote shit, and then Facebook and Instagram were like, "No, this is violence."
Give me a fucking break,
dude, man. There's one side of me where like they're doing that shit with the video, and I'm like, oh man, that's so annoying. Like, let us, share the art, you know what I'm saying?
Don't censor me. Yeah,
don't censor my shit like that. Like, and then there's the other side of me that's like, there's like mass shootings all over the place in like America. So like when it comes to just like showing guns and stuff, like I guess like Facebook and Instagram are just like, nah, we ain't having that shit.
Yeah, and especially, I don't know if we ever talked about this explicitly, but like the week or two leading up to us releasing the video, there were like 3 mass shootings, including that really bad one in Colorado. And I was like, oh God, is this going to be a bad look if we put this out?
Yeah.
But it's a legitimate concern.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, luckily people still liked it because it was so self-aware and so ridiculous that it obviously wasn't trying to, drum up any similarities or anything like that to actual events. Like it was as fantasy gets.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, I think
it's just supposed to be fun. So.
Yeah, man. No, we were just having fun with that video, man. You know what I mean? And like, I can't lie. Like there was I was just going through so many videos after we made that video because I'm just like this gotta be very common to do such a like ridiculous video with the song like this. Like there's definitely hell of examples, and I found so many, man. Like the Missy Elliott videos and like like she had like wild videos, man, and like just stuff like that, man. So I had a lot of fun shooting that, man, and I think ultimately I was talking my last guest Twan 9K. But his video was very just outside the box, like having a lot of fun with it. And I was just telling him like those attention grabbers, those videos that's something different. That's what it's all about, man. Like it's not that deep.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. That was why when we put it out. If just a little background, if anyone hasn't heard it, that's tuning in right now.
Sure.
The Kickback is a fun party, upbeat, like clubbing, drinking song. Sounds like something you drink beers to at the beach over the summer. Mm-hmm. And then for the music video, I was like, we can't film a party scene because of COVID. Mm-hmm. Zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
I just went in the complete opposite direction and was like, let's make the video contrast the tone of the song. And I wrote like this whole concept and this whole storyline for it and screen direction and stuff. And we had to hire all these, professionals to film it, to help direct, makeup artists, extras, finding the location. Man, that month and a half of prep work and planning leading up to actually shooting the video, that was the most stressful, involved thing I've ever done creatively.
Yeah, that was a lot, man.
It was a lot.
Yeah, trying to put that all together is, it's definitely not easy, and it doesn't just, happen out of nowhere when you're trying to gather all those people up, especially with right now, just how everything, is, and, finding the paintball venue to get us to do it literally 3 days before the day of the shoot. Cause all of our options were falling loose. Like that's the stuff for like the music video, like, hate or love the video, like we went hard with it,
Yeah,
that's why I don't care. Like we did our thing on it, like in terms of, like the content and like grabbing the attention. So like for me, like that's the part about that I feel like super proud of, and I'm happy that you can come up with these ideas, man, and step outside with it, because because this is better than us just walking around the street just rapping the song trying to look cool, like trying to look serious and shit, like what I mean.
I didn't want that. I know you didn't either.
Nah, man, I've always been weird about party music videos. I like making party songs, but like if you're gonna do a party music video, like it has to be like the perfect party, like
Project X.
Like it has to look dope. Like if you're at a club, like if you could do a music video at a club and like have like the people vibe with you for like, yo, we're gonna shoot the song one time through. Like let's have the crowd just go crazy for it. Damn, you got footage for the video. You know what I mean?
That would be.
But like, it's hard to book, get a club to do that shit for you. These are just the realistic things you got to break down before you do that type of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Man, money. That was also a huge thing we ran into. Thankfully, we split the cost because
if one of us paid if you paid for that whole thing, bro.
Dude, there's no way. I couldn't have afforded it. And that's why like it became such like this, even though technically it was my song and you're featured on it, I began to view it more and more as a 50-50 thing.
Oh yeah, same here.
Like this is our thing. This is not my video. This is our video that we built up, and you and I both had essential roles in the creation process. Mm-hmm. If you didn't have those connections with the makeup artists and M9, who shot and co-directed the music video, like if you didn't have those connections and weren't able to line those up, the video wouldn't have happened.
Yeah, man.
Because you knew the right people, and I happen to know people that I know would be willing to be zombies for a day and just really go nuts with it. And everything just fell into place because you and I both we committed ourselves to it 50-50 and made something incredible that's now going to be immortalized forever.
Yeah, man.
That is a good feeling. If anyone listening, watching knows what that feels like, you know what I'm talking about. Like it feels like when you've spent so much time, effort, and money driving yourself nuts, trying to make something perfect, trying to create something literally out of thin air that didn't exist before, and having to do it all yourself.
Do something different.
And do something like taking a risk too. It's one thing to just do all that and make, a basic music video. That's still hard work, don't get me wrong.
Absolutely.
But to try to do something, I'm not trying to toot my own horn here either with the whole concept that I had for it, but like to come up with something, out of the ordinary and totally, not what the norm is and not what people would be expecting, that adds a whole nother layer of stress and work to it. So I'm proud of you and I for like making something out of it. Like we made a thing, and that's dope. So that's all I gotta say about that. I let it speak for itself. It came out great. So
I feel you, man. I think what you said there is exactly where we can leave it off, man. Shout out to everybody who was involved in the music video. Like we couldn't have done it without you.
Absolutely.
Everyone that pitched in their part, man. It's just in this game, man. It's all about just putting an effort into everything and just trying to stand out, man. It's just trying to shake shit up. That's what we were trying to do with this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I think we did because I don't know about you, but
I just let me say my shit just real quick, man. I think it's episode 100. Let me just say my thing, man, this video and just in general when it comes to this music stuff. I think a lot of people are afraid to take the risk, man, afraid to do something different and afraid to just say, go there. And like, I'm at a point in my career, and I feel you're in the same, where it's like, I'm just tired of doing the simple route. I really am, man. I really am. And I think with this video, I think we didn't both realize that that's what we were just trying to do, is just really try something that's, they weren't going to expect. And they definitely did not expect this.
No, that was great. And that was our plan all along. To an extent.
Now they're gonna be wondering what's next, because after this, it's like, where do you go? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So like, I think like what you just said, like we may not have realized it during the whole process, but the whole thing from start to finish was an effort to raise the bar for ourselves.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. We've never done anything like this. Yeah.
No, like it's basically the next step of evolution. It's just like, okay, we need to. Oh, what was the thing from the other guys? I'm a peacock. You gotta let me fly.
Oh, yeah. Is that Mark Wahlberg?
Yeah. Did he just call himself a peacock? Nah, but like, jokes aside, like, yeah, at a certain point, whether you know it or not, whether it's usually going to be more of a subconscious thing, I feel like, where it's like, deep down, it's like you're ready to take one more step up the ladder, a big one. So, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm excited to see what comes next too, because I don't know. But but what I do know is that the bar is now higher.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we did that, man. Yeah, we set the bar. Now we just gotta live up to it from here on out, man.
Yeah, and keep raising it.
Make sure y'all check out the Kickback music video if you haven't yet. Check this thing out, man. We worked hard on it, and we're proud of it, and we want everyone to see it. And however you feel about it, let us know. Seriously, really dope stuff, man. I want to transition. There's no easy way to transition to the next topic I have here, but I didn't have a chance to want to, address it like I would have. But DMX passed away last weekend, and it's just, 50. We had like 6 days of, just the news about his conditions and how he suffered from, the heart attack, man, and saying it was an overdose. And it's the thing that was just crazy about that, I just, was very just, had me thinking about, man, was just how his streams increased over 900% after his death. When these things happen, I just feel like people always go to like, oh, people don't care until you're gone. But it's like, I don't like looking at it that way. Like when these things happen, it's like DMX is gone. We miss him. We want to make it feel like he's still here with us. And this is how, I don't like, people are so negative when they go about it that way. It's just, I don't know. But
no, I agree with you.
How did you feel when you heard about the news, man?
I was really definitely disheartened, because not making this up, like a few weeks before that, I saw this post from a hip hop channel on YouTube. It was like, DMX looks happy and healthy, like in latest outing or whatever, having just turned 50 a couple months ago. I was like, wow, good for him, because I saw him in concert with a couple friends a couple years ago.
Yeah.
He was sober at the time. And around that time, I don't remember whether it was before or after I saw him in Boston. Fantastic show, by the way. Never forget that. The energy was unreal. But can't remember whether it was before or after I saw him, but it was around this period of time in like 2019, I think. He checked himself into rehab preemptively. He didn't relapse.
Wow.
But he was afraid he was going to.
Damn.
So that goes to show that, like, he didn't want this.
No.
I bet you most people don't like their addictions. I'm sure there's those that are just like, whatever, I don't care, this is great, this is what I want to do. But, like, people like that have struggled for that long, they want to be done with it and just not have to struggle anymore. And it seemed like he was, in a better place. And so it really was kind of shock after seeing that post just a few weeks beforehand. I was kind of blindsided by it. I was like, oh God, what? Like, that's crazy. And I knew reading what they how the press wrote it and how his lawyers and managers, released statements to the press, I knew he wasn't going to pull through, even if they kept him on support for a few days. I knew it was just a matter of time. I knew he was basically like, I had that feeling. I was like, he's not going to pull through this one, unfortunately. By the language that they used, they wouldn't choose those words, grave condition or something like that, if they didn't really think it was grave condition. And anytime you hear someone on life support, first of all, that's not a good sign. A lot of times people can be taken off life support and make full recoveries. But then when they started mentioning like no brain activity, brain death is brain death. At that point, you're just keeping a body alive.
Yeah, man.
And you don't know whether there's anything left up here yet, or not yet, but anymore.
Yeah.
You don't know if the soul's left the body yet. I don't know. Trust me, that's a whole different can of worms. How, what you believe about the soul and stuff like that.
Yeah, right, yeah.
But, that's a whole different thing you can get into, but you know what I mean? Like, at a certain point, the doctors must have known, like, there's no spark and there's no chance that a spark's coming back.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that was awful for his family to deal with.
And then people being quick to the jump.
Yeah.
That's the part that bothers me. But people were like, TMZ, like, I don't believe until TMZ reports and stuff like that. And it's just, when these things happen, man, you really get to see people's like true colors, and for better or for worse. Because with these situations, you're seeing people just want to just get to announcing it so early and stuff like that. It's just like, it's just a little weird, man. But I know people who feel like, oh, like, you guys aren't really DMX fans. You're just saying RIP because, you want to, just look cool and clout and stuff like that. But it's just like, people feel some type of way about it. Like, DMX was a big deal, man. Dude was a superstar. And if you look at the time that DMX came in the game, it was like the perfect storm.
Yeah.
Because like the bling era was just like, people were getting tired of that. Like, rap was just becoming so like, commercial, and like the end of that golden age era. And then DMX came in and just took it back to the gutter. Literally, he really took it back to the gutter. Like, and he dropped 2 albums in 1 year. Like, he just did shit that just was just taking the game up, man. It just
totally revitalized East Coast hip hop.
Oh yeah,
like that was like you said, like certain trends were coming to an end, and then he kind of came in and was just like blew on the embers and reignited it.
Literally, yo.
With that whole like drill music style, like the really hard hitting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I believe that's what it's called, right? Like drill music, like with the
with DMX
it has like the whistle in it too, like the coach whistle. And it's just boom, 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 boom.
Oh my God, man.
So hard hitting.
I can't believe you got to see him live, man.
I know. I'm really grateful.
Yeah, man. It's just and it's sad too, because we just lost Black Rob. He had a big hit, Whoa.
Was he part of
he was signed to Bad Boy? Yeah.
He was part of Bad Boy.
Yeah.
I thought so.
Yeah, there was a whole like thing about people trying to set up a GoFundMe and stuff like that. But dude, people are just so crazy, man. They're just like, Diddy should have like helped them out and stuff like that. I'm like, you like what is, like, it's sad and all, but what's Diddy supposed to do? You know what I mean?
Right?
Like you don't know the inner workings of the deals that went into when he got signed there. It's it's a very unfortunate situation, but like, I mean, it shouldn't be happening to like Black Rob shouldn't have been in that position that he was in at the time, man.
Yeah.
Posting pictures of him being sick, and it looked bad, like days before he passed, man. But it's crazy, man. We just I just when these things happen, people need to just be more respectful of just how people deal with grieving, with people passing and all that stuff, and how people post about it. Like, it's a fine line though, because some people definitely will post like RIP DMX or RIP Black Rob just to look cool. They could care less about the music, and it's like, it's hard to you can't tell who's that. So it's just like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? To call someone out for, it's just like, how do you know they're not actually a fan? You want to do like a quiz? Like, it's just weird, you know? Name 10 DMX songs. Yeah. In 2006, what album did DMX drop? Like, what are we doing here?
I don't know that offhand, and I'm a DMX fan.
Dude, one song is all you need to love an artist. So, like, it's just the whole thing is just weird, man. Like, people are just so passionate about music, bro. Takes seriously, man. Oh, you didn't really like DMX. Like, you only know his hits. Like, you didn't know this song. Like just shut up. Like, this.
Yeah, and in some of those cases, it's like, yeah, maybe I do. I'm not saying necessarily this DMX case, but there's cases before I'm just like, I'll be honest, I really don't know some of the more obscure songs, but I really love this band or this artist because of the songs that I do know, and that's fine.
Yeah.
I don't got nothing to prove to anyone. I'm not,
exactly. Yeah.
That's the other thing is people building off of this. The other thing is people are so passionate sometimes that they will do anything to try to prove that they're a bigger fan than someone else, which again is like, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Great. Good for you. Like, that doesn't mean no one else can like it just because you're a bigger fan. That doesn't mean because you're a bigger fan that another person that's not as big a fan doesn't have the right to be a fan.
Yeah, right.
That's stupid. Like, that's just nonsense.
Oh my god, bro. Yeah, it's just people are just so passionate about it, man. Like, you listen to Kendrick, like okay, you said you're a Kendrick fan, you never listened to Pimp a Butterfly, like shit like that. Like, you know what I mean? It's like if you say you like Kendrick and you never listened to Pimp a Butterfly, I'm not gonna be like I'll call you out and get mad at you for it. I'm gonna think like, well, you should definitely hear it. Like Kendrick, you should hear.
Yeah, you should.
But I'm not gonna
attack you.
Yeah, but people will do that. You'll be like, what?
It was like Attack of the Body Snatchers. that gif of Donald Sutherland where he just.
Oh yeah. Yes, bro. Yeah.
He's a fake one.
Yeah. Oh, people are so like about it, man. It's just like that's why like Deezus and Mero would like make fun of like the Beatles. Yeah. Just to rile up the Beatles fans, just to get them going. Just because honestly, they know it'll work.
That's one of the funniest memes that I didn't understand until recently. It's just like people posting like actual picture of the Beatles in the studio. Wow, John, this sounds like crap. Let's drop it. Yeah. Just like people, just like nonsense stuff about saying the Beatles sucked, and like to watch people's reactions to it. It's like, what do you mean they're the most influential rock band of all time? It's like, yeah, that's the joke.
Yeah, it's like like people are just trying to. But the thing is, I think some people have tricked themselves into thinking the Beatles aren't good.
Definitely.
It's just insane. Like what the internet will do to someone's opinion. It'll make it go actually, I kind of like this. Like, I kind of don't like this. Is bad. This is pretty bad. You know what I mean? And vice versa. Like, you know. Yeah. So there's stuff like that, man. But ultimately, I just will say, rest in peace, DMX. Rest in peace, Black Rob. It's sad seeing these rappers go. In this genre that's aging. We're aging with it. It's only like this genre is barely 50 years old. We're starting to see these older artists these artists get older, and it's just unfortunate to see these great artists pass, man. Condolences to the friends and families, all of them, man, for real. It's very, very just sad to see, man.
50's too young.
50's too young, exactly. Like 50, man, to pass at 50. Like Black Rob, I'm pretty sure was 50, 51 when he passed. It's like, man, that's young, bro. Like that's, you know what I mean? Like, it's just unfortunate to hear. And it's like, and he was looking so good during the verses too, like with Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
Like it's just man. It really is. But rest in peace, man. Definitely want to move on to the next topic we got here, though, man. Yeah, sure. Going in these topics and out of these topics, there's no easy transition. You just got to do it.
That's fine.
You just got to change.
Fine with me.
Yeah, no, for sure. What's it called? Let's talk about the vaccine, though, man. Let's come right to this shit, bro. I've yet to get my vaccine, and I refuse to get my vaccine. I'm not filling myself with that poison. I'm playing. I'm joking. No.
Oh my God.
Did you believe
I was like, wait.
No. There's nothing wrong with the vaccine. Nah, it's cool. Don't I'm joking. YouTube, don't take down my video because I said that. All right, I'm for the vaccine.
You're gonna see the little information.
Yeah.
Sources have reported that there's inaccurate information.
You can't play around with that shit, man. I don't even know if we should call it a vaccine. We got to call it something else. Yeah, I don't even know. Call it the scene. The scene. Yeah.
Vax.
Yeah, you get your vax yet, bro?
But even that.
Yeah, even that in my vax. We found it. We're gonna flag your video. Get that shit taken down. The only reason why I know about that is because on Flagrant 2, they had Alex Jones on. And mind you, he was saying a lot of wild shit, and he's Alex Jones, but he was basically like shitting all over the vaccine. So it's like YouTube took down the whole episode.
Yeah, because people listen to him.
Oh yeah, bro. He's I'm not gonna lie. He's fucking entertaining as hell.
He is. And you know a big part of it?
He's so funny.
Honestly, no, a lot of it's an act. A lot of it is 100% an act. In fact, he had to admit that in court with a custody battle.
Him and Sean Hannity did that.
Yeah, they were like, you can't. They were like, it's time to tell. Like, is this legit? Are you legit this careless and crazy of a person saying these things?
It's all fake.
It's part of his brand. I think he believes some of these like political views and stuff, but I think like the extra crazy shit that he says, like the water's turning the frogs gay. Like, there's a reason why we say that jokingly, because I don't think that was a legit thought. That was definitely part of his brand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I watched
crazy.
I watched a whole video about that, him making that statement, and there was like a whole like study. There was like 20-30 years of research that like real scientists were doing on like things that were getting pumped into rivers, like changing like frogs like sexual interest and shit like that, like
biologically.
They like literally was like a thing. And so, but he just jumped to this big ass conclusion without like explaining like the whole thing, and like it's just funny, man. But that definitely went super viral. I think that's where I heard about him.
Title of episode 100 of the TempahZone podcast: "The Frogs Are Gay."
Oh my god!
All caps.
Yeah. Either that or don't get the vaccine. Just really fuck with the algorithm. Just really have the
thumbnail just be us.
Yeah, literally. It's like, how can we get YouTube to take this video down
as quick, like before it even gets published?
Oh my god.
There must be like pre-screening filters too.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
There definitely are.
Oh, they're all over that shit, bro. They're all over.
That's why it takes so long to process a video.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they've been on their shit with that, man. YouTube. I just find it so ridiculous. There's people out there who are just like so against the vaccine. It's like the whole Johnson & Johnson thing. Like, yeah, it's pretty ridiculous that like they had to like halt production and 6 people died, but we're talking about millions of people here. And COVID killing more people than these vaccines by a shit ton. So it's like, what's really going on here? Like, explain to me your logic why this vaccine is really such a big problem, and like it's gonna hurt us down the road. Meanwhile, you smoke cigarettes and eat McDonald's every day. It's like, get out of here, man.
I will say, I don't want to sound cliche, but a big part of that is the media.
Yeah.
No, it's a juicy topic, you know, like I don't want to sound like a nut, but like, like you said, if you think about it rationally, it's fine still. Yeah, like you said, sucks. 6 people died, but compared to millions of people that the vaccine is working for, this Johnson & Johnson one, and the death rate of the virus that it's supposed to be protecting against itself, like, the numbers aren't shocking. No. In fact, they don't even register as a blip if you actually put it into numbers. Mm-hmm. Like, that's 6 deaths or whatever, like, wouldn't even make a splash in the data pool. Yeah. If you're actually looking for certain things. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. To me, that sounds, you know, a little bit of it is, I don't know about a little bit, but there's definitely like some fear mongering.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man.
I mean, the media, that's no secret. That's been happening for decades and decades and decades. But, you know,
it's like,
it's just.
do people understand how polio was eradicated? Like, do people like not realize that like it took a vaccine to do that? Vaccine. Like, we need vaccines. I needed vaccines for college. Like, they were like, yo, like you can't live on campus unless you get these vaccines. It's like, mind you, those were like longer times with the testing and making sure, because this, was in production for like 10, 12 months, then they pumped it out. But like, fam, like vaccines are not evil. Like, people are like totally against it. Like, I'd never get my kids vaccinated. And they're basing like this one particular thing where this happened, that happened. I'm like, drugs in general can have crazy side effects, man. Like, these prescription drugs. I mean, people make fun of these commercials all the time. Like, people be dancing funny and like having a good time. It's like side effects.
For a boner pill.
Yeah. Side effects include like insomnia.
Throwing a football through a tire swing.
Yeah. Like internal bleeding. It will cause psychosis and diarrhea. Like, goddamn, like, is it even worth taking this shit? Like,
it's like, depression, anti-depression and anti-anxiety meds causing depression and anxiety. It's like, dude, that's because everyone's brain and body chemistry is different.
Exactly.
And every drug will affect them differently. There is not one drug, not over the counter, not prescription, that has ever existed in history that has 100% had the same effect on every single person.
Exactly.
That just doesn't, that's not a thing.
Mm-hmm. Simple as that, bro. Yeah.
So like, and like I said, the margin of non-effectiveness and potential harm is so narrow compared to the benefits. And that can be said again about most medications that are popular and that exist for a reason, is because that margin of negativity is so slim. Because it helps the majority of people. So like, I don't know, some people are just so friggin' dense, dude.
Yeah, they're just trying to start their own agendas and get some clout off of it, man. I mean, I don't know what other way I can necessarily look at it. I think they feel cool to be against open your third eye, man. Open your be wary. Like, they're playing with you, all this, all that. I'm like, fam, like, if you're worried about getting tracked and figuring out what's going on, this
turn your phone
right
off.
Here is always on. Always on. Fam, they already got us where they need us. This vaccine is solely so we can get back to the normal shit, quote unquote normal shit.
Yeah, no kidding.
That is for better or for worse, because shit is
that's wild. The most ironic thing. It's like, you don't think the government and ad agencies and corporations and stuff, you don't think they already are like, they've been tracking you for years? Yeah. As long as you buy these devices and stuff and are an active internet user, you agreed to it.
Like, oh yeah, man, you signed up for it. I mean, if you want to,
seriously,
that's why I like it. Like, with all the cameras and stuff, like, it's really hard to get away with crimes nowadays. Like, like if you're like a bank robber, like, doing just any messed up shit like that, like you want a red light, they'll find your ass. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? You do some wild shit. Like, there's cameras all over the place. Like a place, like in places in China, like they got like cameras that will literally detect your face and they will know who you are. Like,
they literally have Big Brother there. I mean, we do too, kind of. I mean,
but they like blatantly are like, yo, what's up? You see this camera right here?
Yeah.
Son? You know what I mean? Like,
at least here, I feel like, or I want to believe that those resources are only tapped into when there's proper cause for it. Like, if something's being investigated, they can pull surveillance from wherever and look into it. But I feel somewhere like China is like a casino where they have all this surveillance and someone's always looking at it.
Oh yeah.
I feel like at least here and in most of the free world and countries that like the US, like Canada and a lot of European countries, feel like that same technology and system is in place, but I feel like it's not like there isn't a huge room of people that just sit in front of all of these monitors all day.
I'd hope that's not the
case. I hope that's not the case.
Yeah.
I do too.
Dude, I am so like just shocked and blown away with how ads work on like Instagram. You'll be talking about like I literally like with my homies yesterday, and I'm talking about Tottenham and how like I mess with Tottenham, and I'm wearing my jersey too. They asked me about it. The next day, I get ads like, "Yo, subscribe to Peacock to watch to watch Tottenham Hotspurs play whatever team they were playing today on Wednesday." Like, oh, like we heard, like it's like they're literally like direct targeting to you. Like it's nasty.
Fucking wild.
Like it's not. It's like, but what do you do, man? Like it's like what can like it's like you said, we agreed to it, man. You know what I mean? So, but
I'm looking on YouTube right now and just refreshing and seeing what ads it's throwing at me right now.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
Oh no. What ad did you get?
We're redoing the room. Okay, mind you, this stuff I'm about to show you wasn't even searched on my phone or my laptop.
Oh, you don't have to search for it. Oh yeah.
No, my mom was on her iPad just now, about an hour ago, shopping for furniture for my bedroom. We're redoing like the whole floor of the house where all the bedrooms are, repainting and everything. It's a disaster. But that's besides the point. But we're looking at like cubby space. Like in play, I had like this big old wooden desk that I literally just used to throw shit on. Like I never sat down and used it as a desk for school or anything. Yeah. Maybe like once.
I've had my desk like that before.
Yeah, and so we're looking at something to be in place of that's smaller that I can just be my jumping off point when I start my day. Phone, wallet, keys, that type of thing. Oh, cubbies and furniture and desks.
Yeah, that YouTube algorithm's really dope, bro. Oh my god, bro. Yeah, I'm telling you. Yeah, that YouTube algorithm knows exactly what you want. Same with TikTok, bro. Like
I don't even mess with that. I can't. That's too much for me.
That's fair. I understand. No, I told you that TikTok algorithm is scary. Like if someone were to take my phone and look through my TikToks, they'd know exactly like what type of things I find interesting and funny. Like it's ridiculous. Like you literally like because I make sure when I use it to watch what I want to watch. Like if I don't like something, I make sure when I don't fool the algorithm to think I like it. Like you got to be that mindful of it.
Yeah, suggested products: beef tenderloin, Japanese A5 Wagyu beef.
They're like,
you know I cook. And
you got the beef.
Dude, it's fucked up.
They on you, bro. They on you, man.
They know
after we do this, bro, they're probably gonna be ads about like, tips to get your podcast going. Like I've gotten that as an ad before. Like I'll have Billy do a podcast right after. It'll be like, like you want to know 10 ways to make your podcast popular? Give me money and you'll find out. That's basically that's basically what those ads are.
Wow, they probably already got all your information anyways.
Yeah, man. It's
dude, it's crazy that literally if you think about it, your digital footprint and stuff that you've said aloud that your phone picks up. Literally, these companies that gather all this data, they have a virtual profile of you. They know everything about us.
Yeah, man.
Everyone has their own personal little profile built that there's data always being collected for and
big data. There's big pharma, there's big tobacco, and there's big data.
Big data.
Or data. Why did I say data? What the fuck?
I don't know.
Oh, my bad, bro. I hate when people say data. I just think it's funny to say data. Yeah, it's like data, man. Just say data. Like a GIF.
Yeah, I could say.
I'm pretty sure it's GIF.
I'm pretty sure it's GIF too.
Yeah,
but
the creator. The creator said it was a GIF. Yeah, but I like saying GIF, but it's GIF, I guess. But whatever. It's not like it's someone's name. If someone says it wrong, it's all good. But this whole stuff with just the crazy technology and stuff like that, man. We're starting to even see like what the world will be like post-pandemic, and this is one of the topics we we have here that I definitely wanted to discuss about, man. I was reading this article, I forget where it was from, but I was reading an article, wish I could remember, I don't have it on my phone, that was just explaining about how like post-pandemic entertainment, how like this pandemic has affected what things will be like from here on out. And it's really put things into perspective, you know, like, I mean, look how we're doing this podcast right here. Like, we're lucky that we're homies. So like doing it through Zoom, like we could still get that same effect if we were in person, but like doing this through Zoom, man, I mean, these meetings that people would have to travel across the country just to do, like people were not doing it just because like they didn't have to. They like just meet up anyway. Like regardless if, you know, like if we could just call each other, we'll just meet up in person for this meeting that we could just do it like this. Yeah. And so like it's funny because it saves money. I mean, like this is way more. This saves so much money than if we had to go to a studio and book time and all that stuff. You know what I mean? Like
for sure.
So like it's put people in this place. It's like what makes the most sense here? Like we're like, because these companies like are saving a shit ton of money with not having to like fly out guests to like interview them, and like Jimmy Fallon and stuff like that.
Yeah,
you know, Trevor Noah. Like these guys are saving so much money because they're just recording from home. But it's like,
but you know, it's so weird. The lack of studio audience for some of those shows.
Yeah,
they say jokes and there's no laughter after.
Yeah,
I'm just like, am I supposed to find this funny? It's weird.
It's weird. John Oliver's like that. Yeah, he doesn't have any noise. And like the thing about Trevor Noah, it's like he made his in a way where it's like there's no space between the jokes. Like they chopped it up like YouTube, like people do it for YouTube. You know, there's no room for like, oh, like, you know, like you should laugh. Jimmy Kimmel was doing that too. Like he wasn't like, you know, he was like, I think he figured it out now. Like a lot of like, but at that beginning phase when this pandemic first hit off, everybody was just winging it. Like dude, movies, like the way people were making movies and shit, like they had to really get creative and find ways just around it. Just some people just had to halt production in general. You know what I mean? It's just so, this thing, I just feel like, you know, a lot of things that are going on now, it's just, you know, it's definitely going to stay, man. You know, like it'll definitely be more video calls that people will do for podcasting and stuff like that. It's definitely become the norm, dude. Like Zoom, bro, like this shit is going nowhere. You know what I mean?
People don't mind. So like you were saying earlier, like I know I would prefer to be in person, and we have a couple times for this podcast. It just so happened to be that like I had work today or whatever, and it made more sense because of how late it was getting that we just did it over Zoom. But like that's the thing, like now people, like if it might be even a little bit of a hassle to meet up with someone, they're not going to go out of their way to make it happen, even if it could happen. I feel like in the past people have like moved schedules around, been like, okay, we're still going to meet. It's like now people aren't going to go that extra mile. They're just going to be like, I'll just make a Zoom call. Which is fine, I guess, but like
it's that human interaction that you can't, you know, like there's those things I think people are definitely going to like miss, like, you know, like in that article I was reading, you know, they're mentioning like, you know, that work environment with everyone around, you know, just being able to hop to the next cubicle, the next, you know, office just to say what's up or ask a question. It's like now it's like, oh, if you want to contact people, you gotta make a call, and some people, they're going like so long without being around people, like only on the weekends, and they're just working from home, and it's like the lack of human interaction that people have been dealing with, and like that's just on a minor level, like, you know, like people have just been really like just not having, you know, a lot of human interactions like that recently, and and the jobs is just a prime example of it, you know what I mean? Like people just have to be, you know, by themselves the whole time. It's like it's just really shaking shit up, man. It's really just like, it really has, man. Like before this, like I was so eager to go out all the time, and now I'm so content with like if I need to chill, I'll just chill. Like I never was like that. I was always the opposite of that. Like,
and I feel like, you know, with us and our, you know, our little group of friends that sort of mesh together, but I feel like I still have the urge to, you know, get together with people, and we've hung out plenty of times with small groups of people, but it's been the same group of people for the last year. Like I haven't gone out of my way to like see people that I don't normally see. Like when I want to go out and when I need like my friends and I need to hang with my friends, it's the same people.
Yeah,
which is fine. Again, it's fine, but it's like I think of the last few times that I like went out to dinner or like, you know, hung out and drank some beers at someone's house or whatever, it's been the same one or two groups of people. It's been like you, our friend Johnny, and then a few other recurring characters that either join us or don't, which is fine. Oh, yeah, that's fine. Sure, I've definitely gotten closer than ever with you and our other friends, which is great. But like, yeah, other than seeing this short list of people, which is really all I need. Yeah, I don't know what point I'm trying to make. I guess I'm saying like I'm fine with it.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's changed how things are. I mean, like, dude, think about it. Like
meeting people is that's the thing that's really different.
That I was just about to get to that. Like, just the lack of meeting new people, man. Like, I love networking, and I haven't been able to network like the way I want to, man. Dude, you know how many shows I've gone to? Like, just like local shows around. I knew a couple people. I pop up by myself just to say what's up and network and stuff like that. I can't do that. Like, that shit has been completely cut off. Like, there'd be times where just like Tuesday night, there's a show going on. Boom, let's pop up to the Wonder Bar, which shut down, which is very sad. But like, you know, stuff like that. Like, I miss those things and going out to places and seeing someone, you know, like, oh, what's up? That happened like damn near like every weekend. You know, you come across people like, oh, how's it been? I didn't expect you. I didn't know you'd be here. But, you know, like those interactions, it's been so freaking long, man. Like
it's so true.
You know, and
dude, and the other thing, meeting girls and stuff. Like, I miss organically just being like hitting it off with a girl like at one of those bars in Boston, like West End Johnny's or something, and really just like hitting it off naturally, not going through a dating app or something.
Or like Instagram, or like stuff like that. Yeah.
That's really what's different. That's the type of human interaction that I haven't had.
Yeah, man, it's been. I mean, unless you know you go out and somewhere where shit's like, you know, normal, like a Florida or like
you
know what I mean. Like, if you want to do that, but I just find it so funny how like 20 years ago dating apps were like so like, oh, like you were using a dating app, like that's weird. Yeah. Now it's like completely normal. Like,
oh yeah.
Like, how'd you meet? Oh, we met on Tinder. Oh, word. Like, you know, like no one's like, oh, we met on Tinder. Like, what the fuck? Like,
and you're dating?
Yeah, what? Like people get like so many people. I've met multiple people who told me they know people who met off Tinder and ended up getting married. Like,
yeah, dude, that's still a little wild to me. That's still a little wild to me.
Yeah, it's wild, but I mean, people be meeting like that. So it's just like, you know, we're definitely in another you know, type of world right now. And this pandemic really just shook shit up. You know, people thought things were going to be a certain way this decade. Oh no, this decade it's going to be something different. And I really am wondering how shows are going to be even next year. Like what is next year going to be like? Like these concerts, I'm curious to how they're going to do things. Like what, you know, like what, if there's going to be any limitations, are they going to put shit back to normal? Like what are they going to do that's going to be different? You know what I mean? So, oh, you gotta let me join the shot on that one, man. Oh no.
I'm sorry, I should have said something.
Yeah, I feel like I gotta match you on that, man.
That one went down weird.
Hold on, let's do it, man. We're coming up close to the end of the episode anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, man, you know what I'm saying? I got this shot glass in Montreal, man.
I still want to go there.
I've never used it before. Yeah, those are the
Fleur de lis?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir, man. All right. Oh God. Well, salute, man, to episode 100.
Fuck yeah.
Brah. I'll put some hair on your chest, ladies and gentlemen. God damn it. All right, Nick. Well, we're coming up to the end of the episode, man. So I definitely want to ask you something.
Yes.
Well, what was I saying before, though, before I take that shot? I was talking about just how shit's changed and
live shows.
Yeah, so there's live shows. I just want to just wrap that up, put a bow tie on that, man. Ultimately, man, shit's going to be very different for a very long time until we're really back to normal. That's my opinion on it. Like next year we'll be back in running, I feel. But like, I think shit's still always going to be different. There's, you know, shit's going to move differently. So that's the bow tie I'll put on that topic, man.
Yeah. Oh, and actually, can I mention something before we actually really pull it not tight?
Yeah. Go for it.
So speaking of that, there was a show that I was supposed to go to with a friend last August, which is the Hella Mega Tour at Fenway. It was going to be the stop, which is Green Day, Weezer, and Fall Out Boy, 3 of my favorite bands of all time that I grew up listening to. Got rescheduled to this coming August. which is what, like 4 months away?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
August.
They haven't canceled it yet.
Mm-hmm.
I still have my tickets.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's getting vaccinated. An outdoor venue. What do you think the odds are that it's actually going to happen? Because it could go either way, I feel like.
Yes, it really could, man. I don't know.
I want to lean towards, it'll happen, but with some severe limitations. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, then probably not going to be willing to take this risk. Because for Sox games, they're spreading people way the fuck out. And for a concert, which a thing that they purposely try to sell every seat out for.
You have to, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I miss live shows, man, in every way.
Oh, me.
I really do. I miss it. I miss performing in front of a crowd. I miss being in a big crowd watching my favorite artists. I miss it so much.
Yeah, dude. Last concert I went to was with you.
Which one?
John Bellion.
Oh, Bellion, man.
Was that the last one you went to? Because I think it might have been the last one I went to. I can't really recall. Like, I mean, because last year I didn't go to any concerts. Like any big name concerts. But it was 2 summers though.
Yeah, 2019. Yeah. So 2019 we saw Billion. So shoot, man. Yeah, that might have been.
That was it for me.
I think I went to Izu. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so I did that. I think because that was
right around the same time though, wasn't it?
It was that was the Labor Day. That's Labor Day weekend, Izu. Yeah, so I think that was the last concert I've been to, which was a festival. Because I don't think I've been to any other big name concerts like that. Yeah, I think that was the last one, man. Yeah, shit. Yeah, so I really miss it. I definitely would be down to, go to another festival sometime or a concert. I just miss it, man. And
I'll take anything.
It's dope to see the big name artists are announcing tours. The Weeknd's Ben had his 2022 tour. Bad Bunny, Billie Eilish, those are like the 3 names. Of course, they can call those shots and say, hey, we're gonna start a tour. They're the big ass names, you know what I'm saying?
I wanted to see Bad Bunny so bad, but I looked at the prices for the tickets and I wanted to swan dive off the Tobin Bridge.
Yeah, I'm not a big enough fan of hits to pay for that. I don't deserve to go to that concert.
Yeah.
Like, you should only go to that concert if you're like a fan, because that's
all I ever do. I think I've maybe been to like 1, maybe 2 concerts where I've been like, I like this artist, but I'm not like a diehard fan. Other than that, I've seen Childish Gambino 3 times for each of his albums. Like that man puts on a show and I love it. Like Panic at the Disco, Brendan Urie, that was one of the best live vocal performances I've ever witnessed.
Yeah, he's so talented, bro.
That's not even fair.
Yeah, he's
enough said. Like that's just that guy's voice. He has like a 6-octave range.
Yeah, he's
unheard of.
Mm-hmm.
And to hit those notes live better than in the studio version. That's just like, come on, man.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that dude is.
Leave some talent for the rest of us.
It's scary, man. It really is. Yeah. Like when you see someone that talented, man. Yeah. It's crazy.
It's intimidating. It's like walking out of the Bellion concert. I know we mentioned this on the podcast before. Us walking out of that concert, we were like defeated. We were like, let's quit music.
Yeah, like there's levels to this shit, man. Like we could make it with our respective skill fields. Then there's guys like that. It's just like
yo, that puts everything into perspective.
Yeah, it lets you know, man. It's humbling. It's very humbling. To say the least.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man. But before we wrap up the episode, I just want to ask you though, man. I love catching up with what you're doing and what you got going on, and I definitely want you to fill in the people, man, with just anything that you got going on. You want to let the people know anything you want to tell people how everything's been, just in general.
Yeah, sure. First of all, I know we mentioned it earlier. The Kickback music video is the biggest thing going on right now. We dropped that April 6th. Been getting lots of good feedback. And
good feedback for the Kickback.
Exactly.
It's my dad.
Yeah, so if anyone hasn't seen that yet, definitely check that out. We'd love for as many people to see it as possible. And know if you enjoy it, show other people. That'd be greatly appreciated. Any feedbacks?
Enjoy the art.
Enjoy the art. Exactly.
Art, damn it.
Not that deep, fam.
Yeah,
What the song has to do with the video? Exactly.
Yeah, it's exactly what we're doing. Yeah. Did it get your attention? Okay.
That's it. Don't think about it too hard. It's not that deep, man. Dip your toes in the water. You'll find that it's not that deep.
Yeah, literally, it's not that deep. Oh my.
But yeah, and then aside from that, I am in music school at UMass Lowell, studying composition and sound design, sound engineering. So, real busy with that. I'm steady educating myself on a more professional level with music theory and musical elements, and I'm applying myself in ways that I haven't before because it's not something that I wanted to do on my own. It's stuff that's being required of me. Skills that I'm required to learn as a music major, and some of it sucks. But even the stuff that sucks, once I've gotten a hang of it, I've found super helpful. So I'm really trying to just like increase my musical literacy.
Absolutely.
Be able to speak the language, and do it. So I'm really just trying to build. I've been really focusing on trying to build the bridge between what I already know, what I don't know, and just how everything's coming together. A lifetime's 25 years. Well, I'm 25, but like I started doing anything musically when I was around 5 or 6. So it's a couple decades worth of stuff that I've been doing that I didn't know what to call necessarily. Now I'm being given the correct terms and stuff, and being able to just link A and B together, and finding out that it was C all along. If that makes any sense.
No, I hear you.
It's been very difficult, but I'm getting a lot out of it, and so that's really what I've been focusing on. And then I've also, been doing plenty of recording work for those classes. I'm in a Latin music ensemble, a blues ensemble, which are basically just like forced bands. So like you're paired with a group of people, and you're basically a band for the semester.
Make music, yo. Good luck.
Exactly. And that is a great experience too, because you're going to be working with people that you don't necessarily choose to work with down the road, and you have to be able to mesh. And find a way to work together and speak the same language, because everyone's got varying skill levels. So it's been a really interesting, very knowledgeable process so far, and I'm only just at the beginning of it, really. So yeah, and I've been trying to, with my own music that I've been working on, ideas for future releases. I've been applying stuff that I've been learning that I didn't know before into my production methods. Like now I can say like,
all that stuff you're learning, just transfer.
Yeah, like I'm playing the scale is D major, but for the bridge I'm gonna raise it up by a minor second. And I know what that means now. Before I would not know I didn't know anything about like key and tone intervals.
Yeah, man. It's like
once you do though, like it's like unlocking different. It's like learning a new scale on the guitar.
Yeah, man. I think
it's really interesting. So
yeah. Not to cut you off, but yeah, man. I feel. Yeah, no. I think it's so dope to see you taking all that stuff on, man. It really is dope. Because I think so many artists just feel like they know everything, and they don't want to learn anymore, and for whatever reason. But when you realize that you still have so much more to pick up knowledge-wise with this music game, man, you'll understand just how much further you will go and how much you didn't understand. And
oh my God, you have no idea, man.
I could only imagine, bro. I can only imagine like the amount of knowledge that has just opened your eyes to it, man. Because I mean, I barely tried to learn new like stuff when it comes to like music theory type things, like just little things just to get me to where I need to get to, but not like some shit that I didn't expect to be. Like you're going places you didn't expect to be, because they're teaching you you like, you'll come out just being able to do like, songs in 3/4 with ease. Like, I'd never, I mean, shit like that, like
yeah, dude.
on some Tool shit. Like,
yeah, dude. Takadimi.
Oh my God. Yeah.
I notated my verse from our song Run from a few years ago, which is all over the place. Doing that, I realized it. I kind of like stepped back and I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
I'm kind of sick at rapping. Because even my professor was like, you use like 4 or 5 different complex meters and scales and you switch it up and dive in and out of the pockets and stuff. I don't know how the hell you did this. I'm like, I just wrote lyrics and rapped it.
Yeah, man. When you weave in and out of flows, bro, it's
crazy.
It's people find it very impressive. I've never was like, oh, really? You do? Like, that's just kind of like what I do. Like, what? Like,
exactly.
That's, you know what I mean? Like that's what you find impressive. Like, I understand people find the bars impressive when people are like, yo, that flow, like how he switches out of flows. I'm like, switch out of flows. What do you mean? Like, that's like, you better be able to do that. Like, that's okay. Like, word, that's impressive. Word. So that's dope to hear, man. I think the Takadimi definitely lets you know what you're doing with that. That
rhythmic.
Oh my God.
It's such an important tool to like practice rhythm and cadence.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. That shit's crazy though, man. But it's
a lot.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah,
it's a lot.
Yeah, man. If y'all don't know what we're talking about with Takadimi, just look up that and just go dive into yourself. I'm not trying to explain that shit. I can't. I can't. I don't have the credentials to explain it anyway. But I've been around enough music majors to hear it and see it. But yeah, man, that's just crazy though. But
each bar is 4 beats. Each beat has 4 sub things, each of which is Takadimi.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So 1, 2, 3, 4. Takadimi. And so you have to figure out where the syllables fall.
Oh my God.
It's bonkers.
Yeah. Yeah, that shit would take me a while to do that with anything. Yeah, it just sounds tedious. Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm just finding myself, but like I'm at a point now, like with anything, you pass the point of that learning curve, that initial learning curve. And now I find myself just looking at sheet music and just not even thinking about it and just labeling it correctly. And I'm just like, now I just know by looking at it. Like it's, like I said, I've really had to step outside my comfort zone as a musician,
Absolutely,
which is hard to do if you've been doing the same thing or relatively the same thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's hard to break out of that, stuff. It's hard. Change is
and
hard.
Relearn things.
Yeah, unlearning and relearning and change from like a process that you've always had is very, very difficult. That's
exactly what I'm saying.
That's just life in general, bro. And I've been very like cautious of myself with like those type of things. Like, like I've always done it this way. Let me not do it that way anymore. Like, let me just try to like switch things up. And those are the switches that will allow you to really challenge yourself. And it really, you'll really learn yourself better and understand what you can take on, man. So I'm really
absolutely
man. I'm really happy to see you taking this all on, man, and expanding the music capabilities, because there's so many ways to go about it, and the way you're going about it, man, is just is awesome, man, for real.
Thanks. Appreciate that. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to the future and learning even more and being even more and more stressed out and challenged, but only good can come of it. You just got to keep reminding yourself that it's all for a higher purpose, that in the end you're going to come out with something 10 times greater than what you went in with. So one day at a time, one thing at a time.
Yeah, man.
Just keep going.
I think that's the note we should end it on for the episode.
I agree.
I think that's perfect. I have a slight buzz right now. Not used to that when doing the podcast. Yeah. Never drink or anything there, this shit. So, for this one, I think it was good that we switch it up, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It was interesting because we had, we discussed like the main topics beforehand.
Yeah, we just kind of
and just I thought, I noticed right away, I'm like, I love when we go off script, even though we're never really scripted.
Yeah.
With the whole technology thing, that was cool.
Yeah, man, exactly. Yeah, I'll probably chop up a clip with that. Yeah, no, definitely, man. But that's what it's all about.
Well, shit for a second.
Yeah, no, for sure. No, we talked that shit there. We definitely did. I think we gotta make people privy to that stuff, man. I think what I will say about the podcasting game and all this stuff, it's that to anyone starting a podcast, man, just have fun with it, but come in with a game plan. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get too strict on yourself. Don't make it like the news. Don't make it like your favorite podcast. Take your time with it and figure out what you want out of it and make it smooth and make it work right. But you got to go through trial and error with this shit. Like, this is like the podcast game is damn near impossible to just hop in and do your thing. Unless you're a comedian, like, because they kill it. Like, they're perfect for podcasting, if you ask me, like interviewing, talking, radio type stuff. But like, that's definitely the advice I give to people with the podcast, man. Like, come in with a game plan, but if it goes off of it, who cares? Like, that's what you want. You don't want things to be so like, oh, this, and, we can't talk about that because that's not part of the topics. Like, no.
It doesn't feel natural if you do that.
It's not natural. Yeah, exactly.
The best episodes you've had of this is, again, I don't mean to sound like this, but the ones that I've been a part of, it's just organic, naturally flowing conversation, and a lot of other guests you've had are the same way, which is good, is why what you do works. It's natural conversation. It doesn't feel scripted.
Or like interviewee, especially.
Yeah. No, it's just conversation with a little bit of, structural guidance. But
absolutely.
It's a fine line, like you said. And you've done a great job so far. So I'm really happy and proud of you for making it to 100 episodes, and here's to 100 more.
Hell yeah, man. Thank you, man. Yeah, I thought I'd be a little bit transparent on this episode. Break down the podcasting shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I think people should know the ins and outs of this shit, man. But I appreciate everyone listening, and we're going to keep this thing rolling. 100 episodes on me, and we stop. That means we go harder, son. Literally, like, I got to go harder now. So
raising the bar, baby.
Exactly, man. Raising the bar, bro. Literally. So man. Huh? Yeah, I think so. That's the episode name. All right, y'all. That's episode 100 of the TempahZone Podcast. Thank you very much for tuning in. Make sure you tune in next week for another episode. All right? Peace out, y'all.